Shubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Unong yalam kalyang persya u Dr. Mukul sangma. Ula ong lem da thong da kaken hun toket bakerpang. Kibreu ki badan kti haki kambean kin yad ladlun. Ula penpau ya kajing sngau kemen baka yang bishar kala tuklar habaya dai bat ka kam khaye dew yang bean. Ula ya thu ru ba ula dep tho da ka shiti cha chief secretary NGT bat ru sha kaloka yukta bat lapha kopi ru sha yang bishar badan buram jaka jalla. Shushu Dr. Mukul ula ong ru baka sorkar kala kentan habaya dai bat ka kam ti dew yang bean. Ula ong ru baka NPP Kamdei ban Mutdur bakin sawan Biang Haka bor haus nem arhajar arpolai. Ula ong ru baki kwa bor dei na kata kadaw kila penben yakin nong yalam jong ki wei pat ki sengsan perthai ban penyaso bat ki.
I say alleged irregularities and deprivation of entrepreneurship of the people. Now, there will be another important issue when we talk about the alleged irregularities in respect of coal. There are instances to see before the people of the state that the government has always tried to stonewall a discussion on this. Government has always been on a denial mode, but the people of the state knows it very well. Not only the people of the state, I think people from outside also know it very well. And I must caution the government that this whole activities that revolves around illegal coal mining, the whole allegations is not confined only into allegation. Prima facie cases have been already brought before the government. Despite their repeated attempt to be on a denial mode, we have always tried to draw the attention of the government. Because please remember one thing, that the whole illegalities revolving in illegal coal mining is a cognizable offense. And when we say that an offense is a cognizable offense, that means it is the binding responsibility of the people in authority to take cognizance and act upon. But you have seen the attitude of the government. The attitude of the government clearly indicates that they act like a defender. They tend to act like the accused themselves. And I am sure that there are reasons for them to act as accused whenever a finger is pointed towards the authorities for their dereliction of duty, their failure of responding to their call of duty to stop these illegalities. And therefore there is a reason for us to always believe that the whole illegalities that is taking place at such a huge scale, people don't resort to legal mining so that they can continue in their modus operandi, the well-scripted modus operandi. And why they have encouraged this whole, encourage the continuation of this illegality have to be understood by everyone. Why? Who benefits out of this? And if somebody is benefiting out of this, at whose cost? At the cost of the state. At the cost of the name and fame and reputation of the state. So, I'm sure I am happy and grateful to the judiciary for taking cognizance of these illegalities. You know, you will recollect that I have written one letter earlier giving complete description about such illegalities addressed to the Chief Secretary with a copy to Lok Ayukta. Lok Ayukta have given certain order for investigation. Do you remember? How the state government tried to stall this? And for why? For whose interest? I have given the copy of that letter not only to Lok Ayukta, but also to the Registrar of the Honorable High Court. Idea is, and also to NGT. The idea is to ensure that this concern, based on the prima facie evidence of illegalities taking place in certain particular place, is taken cognizance of. And I'm happy that Lok Ayukta took cognizance, but It was the government of the day who tried to ultimately derail and dislocate the whole investigation, which was ordered by the Lokayut. And you can have your own interpretation as to why it was done and who has done it and for whose interest, but definitely against the interests of the state. It continues with complete impunity. That means people who are doing it are emboldened. They have no fear. Can you understand why there should be a situation and how there can be a situation where a person who is committing crime continues to commit crime without any sense of fear for law, with complete impunity? That means you'll have to have your own interpretation. And interestingly, what has happened is that all these coal-bearing districts will have freshly mined coal in different dumping ground. What happened to that 32 lakh metric ton of coal, which was, as per the inventory submitted by the current government before the Honorable Supreme Court, should be there in all the coal-bearing districts? Because the Coal India has auctioned, or rather gone ahead with the process of auctioning for only 2 lakh metric ton. If 2 lakh metric ton of coal has been auctioned by Coal India, that means 30 lakh metric ton of coal should still be there. But they are not there anymore. They are replaced by freshly mined coal. As I have said earlier, if anybody can go and show me these 32 lakh metric ton of coal still in those areas where they were supposed to have been, as per the inventory submitted by the government, the state government, before the Honorable Supreme Court, I have said that I will quit politics. I repeat this. Is it not therefore responsibility of the government to take cognizance of this? That the leader of the opposition has said that he will quit politics if the coal, quantity of coal which they have claimed as far as inventory is still there in those coal-bearing districts. They are not there. Where have they gone? Where have they gone? How have they gone? And what happens to the revenue which would have accrued to the government? You know? So, this particular issue of illegal coal mining, unless there is a special independent inquiry, these people who have facilitated the whole illegal coal mining through a well-scripted modus operandi will get away. And if they get away, then people who are involved in such illegalities will further get emboldened and it will continue. And there will be a situation where people will not therefore go for legal mining. Specific instances. Those specific instances which have been attempted by the government to somehow, put them in a cold storage and expect us to forget. We have made it abundantly clear on a number of times. If they don't take cognizance of these illegalities and save the interests of the state, it does not mean that just because while they are in government, they don't want to act upon, the government after 2023 will not act. They should not presume and assume that that is their permanent post. They should not presume and assume that they will be in power after 2023. I know they are desperately trying to be in power in post-2023. They have reasons to be desperate. I think there is no one who is more desperate than them to be in power, to continue to be in power. And this also is all, you can connect the dots. Why they should be so desperate? The desperation is being reflected now by what they are doing. They are openly poaching the MLAs. They are openly poaching public leaders. Whether MLAs or ex-MLAs or members belonging to other political parties, the poaching is on. So this is nothing but a complete reflection of their desperation to be in power post-2023. Facilitated by the people in authority at the highest level. Okay.
Don't you think there should be a mechanism to discuss it? Because just a while ago we asked CM. He hinted that of course, outside the house, it can be sub judice, so I cannot comment. So this can be repeated in the house.
So they will always have a, even without the case being sub judice, they have always been on a denial mode. We can presume and assume as to what will be the stand of the government when this issue is taken up inside the August House. But the opposition have many other ways of taking up this issue, because there are many other instances pertaining which is on the which revolves around illegal coal mining, but which can be considered as something which is something which can be discussed in the house and which need not be part of this issue, which should be avoided for a discussion for being sub judice.
Well, coming to